Okay, moving on. Even though it is true that the pandemic has relatively ended, but the danger is still there. Same goes to the virus. But most of us do not realize this because first, we have abandoned the mask, we do not use the hand sanitizer anymore, and perhaps most of us do not keep the safe distance that we should keep. Now, from our point of view, even though it is the post-pandemic right now, we should still practice the healthy lifestyle because there are many other factors that could affect our health, such as our food intake, our sleeping schedule, our daily routine, and many more. Now, for this project, we will promote a healthy lifestyle as counselors based on a theory called cognitive behavioral therapy. Now, what is cognitive behavioral therapy? It is a psychological treatment, usually a psychological treatment for patients with depression, anxiety, and many other problems or sickness. This cognitive behavioral theory has three core principles. One of them is psychological problems based on problematic way of thinking. The second one, psychological problem based on problematic ways of behavior. And the final one is any victims of psychological problems can find a better coping mechanism to relieve their symptoms and to become a better person in life. Now, for this presentation, we as counselors will give you several ways to guide them to live a healthy lifestyle based on this theory, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Talking on the introduction, as we all know, in 2020 we faced a very threatening disease called COVID-19, which affected millions of people. It's actually a virus that could spread easily to people, and the World Health Organization also declared that this virus has caused a pandemic. So for that, they insisted us and everyone to stay clean, stay healthy, so we were also taught to be aware when we meet with people, go to places and touch anything. So we was advised to use the hand sanitizer to prevent unnecessary bacteria to touch us, and with sanitizer it could kill virus easily. The most important thing that was told for us to be careful is to practice social distancing and not to go to crowded places, not to meet people frequently, as the virus was spreading very broadly. So life was not normal for everyone as it used to be before. So, and as time goes by, with the intelligence of human beings, they came up with quite a number of vaccines to fight this virus, to cure people, because many people died because of this pandemic, because of this virus. So they came up with a few numbers of vaccines to put to people, and everyone was happy to get the vaccines so that they could live their normal life as usual.
Moving on to addictions, we've got a few problems. During the rise of the pandemic, there has been a spike of it in these addictions. Alcoholism, substance abuse, video games, and overeating food can cause a prominent problem among the people. This happened when there's not much to do. People tend to self-soothe during these times. Alcohol is one way it's done, as it relaxes both the mind and the body. Drugs have the same effect, but aren't exactly legal. Food, on the other hand, gives nutrients to the body, and video games aren't necessarily bad. But as said before, they can cause both negative effects and mental effects to the body. Alcohol and drugs can affect the body in a way that reduces motor functions. And when it's done too much over time, it causes long-term issues. Addictions to these tend to end up in organs becoming damaged, or you'll be mentally diluted full of toxicity. Food is a positive, as I said before, not necessarily bad, but the problem comes in underlying issues. The pandemic trapped us in our homes, leaving us with nothing to do. This leads us to overeat, and it becomes more of a physical problem. It causes weight gain, that causes us to become slower and possibly mentally as well. There are other issues that we touched upon, such as anorexia and bulimia, but these aren't necessarily addictions, but it can still be touched upon as eating problems. Finally, video games have the effect of calming one's mind or creating competitive attitudes. These aren't necessarily issues, but when done in moderation, causes a plethora of problems. Laziness, anxiety, and other mental health issues become more prominent. The body, however, loses its stamina due to lack of movement aside from the fingers.
Now let's talk about how CBT can help during addiction therapy. When treating addiction and substance abuse disorders, CBT approaches are quite helpful. They're helpful in recognizing and treating co-occurring mental health issues, which are frequently diagnosed in conjunction with drug and alcohol addiction. CBT, a recognized evidence-based treatment, aids in addiction rehabilitation by providing emotional support and understanding. Any unfavorable emotion or emotional triggers can be analyzed and recognized while working with CBT therapists. Addictive behaviors can be brought on by anything, including a bad environment, a period of judgment, or a childhood memory. With awareness, CBT sessions can target making good changes. Through cognitive restoration, irrational viewpoints and illogical decisions related to substance abuse can be processed, understood, and disengaged from. Sessions from cognitive behavior therapy will then center on cultivating coping mechanisms and outlooks that are more positive. Responses may be examined, automatic reaction can be modified, and positive choices can be made instead by using CBT techniques like thought recorders and behavioral tests. CBT sessions will also give you insight into how to manage your own behavior and how to prevent cravings, relapse risk, and downward spirals in the future. Through long-term drug and alcohol addiction rehabilitation, CBT has a significant role to play in controlling upcoming triggers and response.
The benefits of using CBT is, first, is adaptable. These sessions can meet some requirements and circumstances. This treatment is also supported by evidence, where the cognitive behavioral therapy is an effective way to realize and cure addiction. Secondly, the benefits is long-term recovery. These lessons was learned and fresh approaches can be used to strengthen the long-term recovery. Besides that, it also encourages lasting change. CBT do promotes long-lasting change, which helps with addiction treatment. For the fourth point, it enhances mental health, which is CBT sessions can benefit perspectives, feelings, and thought processes. Mental health issues are frequently brought on by addiction, and treating both disorders is a common practice. And last but not least, this using CBT can also improve mindfulness, value, and self-awareness. Why I say like that is treatment for addictions can benefit from education and mindfulness training. And this CBT also can help to increase the awareness.
What is anxiety and why this happens to certain individuals? Poor health, challenging relationships, unemployment, poverty, work stress, and exposure to trauma and violence are all typical causes of anxiety. Even in our modern world, some of the sources of worry are on the rise. Anxiety also makes it harder to attempt new activities. As proof, take chances in your career and personal life, or even leave the house. They see opportunities in their lives, but their worry keeps them from taking the initial move. In addition, individuals with anxiety disorders, on the other hand, frequently experience intense worry and fear about everyday situations. This might lead to they miss their opportunity and potential in life. On top of that, when the COVID-19 event happened, the anxiety and sadness are become more common in our society because of the rising COVID-19 mortality rates and stringent custody policies. For example, the restrictions and the lockdown.
Hi, my name is Faris and I'll be talking about 2 physical activities that can help reduce anxiety. Now, the first activity is a simple walk. Now, it may sound not boring and uninteresting, but in reality, it has a major impact to us. Now, examples of places you can walk is in a beautiful and quiet forest with a designated track to walk on. Now, when you're walking in a quiet forest, you have a sense of peacefulness and you can take in all the fresh air that fresh oxygen can go through your brain and relax your brain and lift all the burden, all the anxiety and stress out of your body. Now, the second physical activity that we can do to reduce anxiety is Tai Chi. Now, Tai Chi originates from the Chinese culture, and it's a physical activity where you do a set of movements and transition into another movement without pause. So Tai Chi is like a form of meditation, and as we know, meditation helps calm down the mind and reduces anxiety. That's one of the good things about Tai Chi. Now, how does CBT help reduce this anxiety problem? Now, CBT plays into changing the cognition of the brain. Now, when you're trying to change the cognition of the brain, you affect the behaviorism and emotions of the person. Now, it can be good or bad, but when you change, like doing physical activity, it changes the behavior of the person into a more non-self-destructive state of their mindset. Okay, thank you. That's all.
The pandemic has affected our lifestyles. Because of this, student, worker, and of course, frontliner must adjust their habits and healthy lifestyles. As a counselor, we believe it is our duty to help people make healthy daily life decisions. We recommended setting goals to get everyone back to the normal life and healthy habits. Setting objectives and working toward them can help us stay motivated. When time to give up, we should consider our eventual aim. When a person knows and understands his vision and can clearly state his goal, he must push himself. It inspires him to move quicker and establish new ambitions. If we achieve our goals, we will be proud of ourselves for accomplishing something beyond our wildest aspiration. We will find several solutions to solve our goals related challenge. Due of their incapacity to manage times or self-discipline in pandemic time, the inversion of day and night makes getting a good night's sleep difficult for everyone, even today. Their sleep quality and duration are affected by the fact that their daily routine has been disturbed for over 2 years. Because of this, we may employ setting goals to fix our sleep issue. If we want to take control of our sleep schedule, setting sleep and wake time is a smart start. Regaining control starts with this. We can organize and complete our tasks if we obtain enough pleasant sleep. They will have to remember the earlier bedtime. If they want to sleep late, they must follow their early evening bedtime. If we focus on our goal, we can complete any task no matter how difficult it is.
So for our next slides is regarding to the pandemic COVID-19, it is a big change for all of the people in the world, especially Malaysia. This issue has ultimately changed to our behavior, also our daily life routine. For examples that we can conclude is one young man have to change their sleep time. It is because that particular young man have spent a lot of time searching things and playing games in the internet for like midnight or something like that, rather do activity physical due to the lockdown that the government has did. So one of the ways that can prevent these things is using cognitive behavioral therapy. So in this method, we can structure a program that will help to identify, also replace thoughts and behavior that can cause this particular person have been through worsened sleep. There are few therapies in CBT, which is stimulus control therapy, sleep restoration, sleep hygiene, sleep environment, and improvement, also relaxation training, and also remaining passively awake. And the last one is biofeedback. It shows that CBT method can provide you with a quality sleep and change you back to the older you.
In conclusion, I would like to emphasize that promoting a healthy lifestyle is really important after this post-pandemic. And this assignment proves us that counselor plays a huge role in promoting awareness to promote a healthy lifestyle. We have always been advised to keep ourselves clean, especially wear a mask wherever we go, sanitize our hand oftenly, keep distance with people. People have been affected in so many ways during this post-pandemic. Firstly, I would like to say about addiction. People were addicted to so many things, such as video games, alcohol, drugs, overeating. Moreover, people's daily routine were also disrupted. They couldn't get enough of sleep, couldn't sleep on time, and students and employers was facing anxiety due to unemployment and also online classes. This has actually mentally affected them. As the counselors, we have come up with several ways by using the cognitive behavioral therapy as our theory to promote awareness. Last but not least, I believe that CBT helps us to promote a healthy lifestyle after the post-pandemic.